Hello everybody, welcome to the cabin. Welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. It's been just crazy busy for us lately. We've been doing all kinds of stuff. I'm still sourcing a little bit as well, which I thought I'd be done by now, but I just can't resist some of these opportunities. But Bubba's girlfriend came in today and helped ship a ton of whatnot orders, and I've been in here the last hour or so doing all the stuff that she's not comfortable shipping and tying up loose ends. You know, there's always something to do if you're a reseller, for sure. You know, restocking, doing all kinds of stuff, answering emails, sending out some of the winners' stuff that they've been winning on our giveaways, and I kind of enjoy it. You know, there's nobody home, the kids aren't here, my wife's not even here right now. It's just me and the chickens and the dog and the cat and all that stuff. And so I've got to get a little bit of work done because the sales are still going well. This is the 5th day in a row we've filmed a video and shipped stuff out, which is something we're not used to, which is really good. And I did get a question that I think is super important here. Traffic throttling. Well, I don't know if it's super important, but it's something that we've been hearing about for a long time. And I want to give my 2 cents about it. And I'll just say that I'm probably not the guy to ask, but I'm going to give my answer to it anyways. It was a message sent by James. So James, we're going to talk about that today. But we've got a lot of cool sales. We're going to knock about 4 of them out before we get to the topic. Let's take a look. Right off the bat today, I have a visitor. I have a feeling you'll be back since there's nobody home but me. But this sold right here. This is a Antique Sessions clock. See if I can get up close to it for you. Just have a few minor issues with it. These things can go for really good money. As I was looking up the comps for them, there's some in the 200, 250, you know, fully restored and stuff, $400, $500, different types. And this one had a few issues, and I just picked it up the other day for 10 bucks. So we put it out there for $150, and boy, it sold quick. And the person left me a message here. This is not a viewer, I don't think. I hope not. This person said, please use plenty of padding around the clock and the glass, if any. So the edges, if any, on the glass. There's definitely glass. So the edges are well protected, top and bottom. Remove feet. Okay, interesting. If you can't, protect the best you can. Put cardboard or the like on top of the glass to help keep the glass from breaking. Pack movement area with lots of padding to keep it from working loose. Inside box, don't let the clock touch the box. As well, this will cause damage. Use a large enough box to put padding around the clock, like a cushion for sudden impact. Thank you. I guess I'll do all that. It's like that story I once heard where there's kids walking past this church every single day on the way to school. Massive, beautiful stained glass window. And they walk past it every day for like 3 years. And all of a sudden they put a sign up right in front of the church that says, please don't throw rocks at stained glass window. And the first thing that happens is they have a broken window. In other words, it makes you want to do exactly the opposite of what you're told. But hey, Wallen, no. I'm trying to dig. He's already chewed up my little pad over there. This is awesome. This is one of my favorite finds from Florida, and you'll see it in a video coming up. I'll get you a treat. You're not gonna eat that. You're not gonna eat that. No. But this was cool. I saw it sitting underneath a table. Matter of fact, I think my buddy Mike said, "Hey, check this out." And I was like, "Okay." He helped me out down there, man. He's like, "Hey, check this out. Check this out." I'm like, don't you want it? He's like, it's not my style. I'm like, not your style. I'm like, look at this thing. This is the old style, kind of like the same style they used to use in those old bowling ball bags. And I'm like, I am picking that up. I think I paid 15, 20 bucks for it. It sold like that, $150 plus shipping. I traded the dog for a cat, and I have to navigate my way back here today. There's a Lego set that sold. There it is right there. And that Lego set, it's like a Super Mario, I don't know what that is. Some kind of Super Mario Lego set. And I think it sold for 19 bucks. $19 plus shipping. Sold another one of the Jack Skellington. I think we're out up here. I have some more inside, but I think we're out up here. I pulled the last one down. There it is. I knew they were going to start to sell this time of year. And we're not making a ton on these, y'all. 40 bucks. And I think we paid 7. So we're not making a ton on them, but we made a bunch on the first ones we sold last year, and we're still making, you know, somewhere around $20 on these every time we sell them. I'm not here. You can sit right there. Freak people out the rest of the show. And we actually get these in a number 7 box. I know it seems a little crazy, but there's nothing hard on it. We usually put them in a little trash bag and just take all the air out of it and compress it, and we can barely get it into a number 7, but it works. And in case we have to send it in something that's not a number 7, we'll just take one of those boxes and do it. And that actually reminds me of something. Somebody the other day said they don't ship anything priority anymore. It's not cheaper, and it is cheaper still. There's a lot of things that I send out priority mail that are cheaper than Ground Advantage. And I know this is true. I do it all the time. And so I was getting into an argument with somebody the other day. I'm like, this, I don't think I'm going to convince you, but please, down below, you tell this person that there are items that you can ship out priority mail and they will be cheaper than Ground Advantage. And there are also items UPS now that are cheaper than some small USPS priority mail. So you got to look these days, which is a little unfortunate, but I usually just look to see where it's going, and I'll get an idea because I have a pretty good idea of the range of the regions, and I'll know which one it's going to go in most of the time. Let's do one of the 50-50 charity auctions real quick before, I don't know where I put it. Gotta be here somewhere. I guess I'll just make one up really quick. We're doing some 50-50 charity auctions. Most of them are to St. Jude, and we're doing them with these guys. And you can just check, just type in Commonwealth Vicar into an eBay search, and well, some people use my name for other stuff, but you'll find what you're looking for if you want to contribute to any of those. And this one's going out to Troy, and I think it's Deborah, right? You guys are awesome to us. We appreciate you very much. And your donation has already been sent to St. Jude via eBay, so we appreciate it. And we're going to continue to do these and some other different things as 50-50 charity auctions all the way through the new year probably, so we appreciate you. Let's get to this topic real quick. Let me read the message James sent. I would love to see a video on your thoughts about whether eBay throttles traffic. As an example, I recently listed a toy with a high sell-through rate. Traffic, watches, and bids immediately came in until I sold items late on Friday. While those sales were pending, traffic came to a screeching halt. As soon as I processed the sales over the weekend for shipping the next business day, in other words, he started to process those and ship those the next business day. In other words, he was shipping those items out. The next business day, traffic and bids resumed. Coincidence or related? So I'd say there's two things at play here. One is something that we used to talk about a couple months ago, and it seemed like it was, more than just anecdotal. There was a ton of people. I can see this because my messages every day, they came in every single day. Like, I had 15 sales, and then I had 1, and then I had 20, and then I had none. And then I had none for 3 days, and then I had 30, and it was just kind of odd. And there's always ups and downs in eBay. So it's like you could chalk it up to just coincidence, but I had so many messages and I was experiencing the same thing myself that it seemed like something was up. So this is me, this is my opinion. I have absolutely nothing to back this up factually with. Haven't spoken to anybody at eBay, none of that stuff. But my opinion on that a few months ago was that they were really implementing a ton of changes. And we've seen a lot of those changes take place. It seemed to me, with the timing, that they were kind of under the gun a little bit, trying to get all these changes done, whether it was AI, whether it was all of the new, for the descriptions, whether it was all of the new stuff that they were using to kind of robotically go around and scan for copyright stuff and scan for all kinds of different, Vero stuff. I don't know all the details of it, but it seemed like they were doing a ton of changes. And my guess is, this is purely a guess, is as they're going through that process, they might have been offloading things and changing things and onboarding and offloading and onboarding. And that may have caused some of that. Now, that's purely an opinion. You can tell me I'm crazy, and I might be crazy, and you might be right. But that's a few months ago. I think this is a little different question. Let's grab one more really quick before we get to the second part of it. But let me just say one more thing about that. There's clearly an algorithm of some sort. I'm not convinced that eBay knows its own algorithm, to be perfectly honest with you. But there are some things that obviously get things to the top of the list, whether it's promoted. But there's got to be more than that. There's undoubtedly things that can move an item to the top of a search and take it out of a search. And there's a lot of people reporting, hey, my items aren't even showing up in search. So, you know, there's a lot of that stuff that has to be true to some degree. It's just, I don't know to what degree, and I don't know why. I'm hoping I can find a Lady in the Tramp ornament here, because that's the one that's sold. There it is right there. It sold for $24 plus shipping. I should probably look at these. I've been, you know, in the past I'd remember, but I talk so much I forget. $25 for that one plus shipping. That one's kind of cool. The iconic spaghetti supper. So really this question isn't about that kind of offboarding, onboarding, this massive spikes and massive dips. I mean, it's got a little bit of that in it, but it's really asking a question that I've heard asked for a long, long time. And the answer has always been eBay likes activity, right? And so you've always heard, you know, list something every day or put something in drafts even when you're on vacation and you can list something every day. I've heard my buddy Chernock from Chernock's Connection, Reseller Information Network. I've often heard him say that when a sale comes in, you know, sometimes he'll just print that label off right then. And even if he's not going to package it up till later, you know, he knows what it's going to weigh. He's done this stuff for so long, and he'll just print that thing off so it shows it's shipped. And that kind of goes along these lines of what you're saying here, which is, you know, I had a bunch of traffic, then I had sales, and I hadn't dealt with those sales yet, and so my traffic got throttled. I don't know. I'm going to leave that question to the experts. I'm going to give my opinion and leave it at that. I think that it is true that eBay likes activity, but I don't think all this stuff we talk about all the time really, I don't think any of it trumps the basics, which is we know what works, which is listing items. You can't sell things unless you list them. List them with good pictures, list them with good titles. You know, description, I'm not a huge believer in having a massive description. I don't put in all the item specifics, but, you know, that's going to help you as well show up in searches. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying that if you have a good listing with good pictures, with a good title, and a very good competitive price, you're going to get sales. It's just inevitable. You're going to get sales. You know, it's funny. The cats and dogs are always in here getting treats. But when my kids aren't home, my wife's not home, they sit out on the porch and wait for me to open the door and close it constantly because there's nobody inside. Sold another jack, had to go inside to get this one, and that one sold for $40 as well. Let me add one more thing so people don't yell at me. Of course, sell-through rate matters as well to get sales, but I don't know. I just experiment with it, I guess. I mean, that's kind of what we do. Now, there are way more qualified people to answer these questions than me. I'm just a guy in my shed just working on anecdotal stuff because I've been doing it so long that it's like, okay, this has always worked. It's probably still going to work. But, you know, I think it's very, very true. No matter how bright these folks are out there that really, you know, give advice and talk about different things that go on, in reality, most of them will admit still that I'm not going to say they're guessing, but they're just working off of trial and error. And if you do that enough, you'll see what works and what doesn't. But here's the key. Some things continue to change, so you have to continue to change with them and continue to work off of trial and error and do, you know, your best practices, right? It reminds me of I'm going to butcher this one if I can't remember it here. Sherlock Holmes, when you have removed the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth, right? So you just start experimenting with all these things and theories that you hear, and it's like, okay, that can't be right. This isn't right. This isn't working, you know. So whatever remains has to be the truth. And what always remains is a good item that has a good sell-through rate, decent picture, good title, competitive price. It's going to sell eventually. And I think it bears repeating that a part of a good price is a competitive shipping price. So, you know, if you're using, well, free shipping doesn't really matter because it's the collective price. But if you're using calculated shipping, it is not a competitive price in some cases for people on the other side of the country. So keep that in mind. All right, this one's been here a long time. I was really happy to see this sale. It's a cross-listing sale, I believe. Yeah, for sure. And it's funny how that happens. Sometimes stuff that doesn't sell forever on eBay and you cross-list it and it sells. I might not be able to get this with one hand. Yeah, I got it. There we go. My Hero Quest back there. Nope, there it is. Man, I'm butchering this. Enthralling YouTube right here, watching me try to get this, the amazing labyrinth out Ravensburg. I have had this a long time, like years, I think. So obviously not a good sell-through rate. But you know, sometimes you make mistakes. This, I don't even, look, it says $2 on it right there, so I guess that's what I paid, unless I said $1 or something, but who knows. Let's say I paid $2 for it. Sold for $19.75 plus shipping, and it's been here forever, so not necessarily a good buy, but I'm happy it sold. Oh my goodness, back again. What is this, 4 times already? Hope people don't make it a drinking game out there. How many times will Wallen come in, the over-under, or how many times will Carrie tell you how many degrees he has? This next sale is kind of funny, actually. It's an ashtray. My uncle, well, I got a bunch of uncles. You see a lot of them. Uncle Paul is a smoker. And he's like, you got an ashtray? I want a cool ashtray. I'm like, of course, you came to the right place. And I don't even want to take that one out. It's amber. It's swirled a little bit. It's kind of cool looking. All right, you just came in. I just gave you the treat. What do you want? There you go. Go. Oh. This is impossible. Anyway, this one here sold with something else here, $29.90 plus shipping, but it was this and one of those Damn It dolls, and we sold a bunch lately, and we've sold a few more today too. But let me grab the Grinch one out first, if I can find it. You know what? I'm gonna put this one on the ground because we've got more of these. We'll just do them all at the same time, so I don't bore you to tears. Let me find the Grinch here to put it with that one, because the other are single sales. There it is right here. So between the two of those, $29.90 plus shipping. You two, they don't know how lucky they are to live in this house, let me tell you. Let's see, Denise, hi Kevin, just watched your videos selling the Damn It dolls. I love the Grinch too, so I'm glad I was able to pick this one up. And also I like vintage ashtrays, so might have to get an Enaman doll too. Yeah, we're still selling one a week. So that last little buy of 29, thanks to, I hope I get this right, 540 Flips. That was appreciated. We're gonna continue that for a little while longer, which is cool, on into 2024. So might have to get an Enaman doll too, receive my Christmas ornament, and I love it. Reagan did a great job on those. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Gone Away Thrifter. Gone Away Thrifter. We'll appreciate that. We are down to the nitty gritty. We sold 2 today, so we don't have too many of those left. And it looks like we might eventually sell those out this year. We got 100 of them, and I thought, whew, that might be rough. She numbered them all. 1 out of 100, 2 out of 100. She did quite a bit of work on that, the design, and then Just Be Crafting helped, and so did Two of a Kind Custom Designs. And little animals out there like you two are going to benefit from it. That's right. 4 of the 18 sales were to viewers, and this is one of those. If I can find it. It is a Zippo lighter, and we've bought a couple of these lately. I don't know. Definitely not in there. I must be missing it somewhere. It's got to be in this drawer. Got to be buried in that drawer. I hope. But I sure can't find it. It was hiding in the very back of Shad Juice's drawer right there. By the way, big giant shout out to Shad Juice, y'all. If you followed him, he doesn't post like he used to, but he has dropped, if I got my numbers right, 225 pounds this year. Just an incredible accomplishment. So, also OBX Pickers starting on that journey over there. Y'all go give them some love and support over on Reseller Information Network. So that Redskins, you might remember me picking this up just a week or so ago on a picker video. And I paid I think I paid $1. No, I paid $2 for this one. $2, and it sold for $28 plus shipping. I took an offer on this because a viewer asked me to. Which reminds me, any viewer can get 5% off if you use code Commonwealth in my eBay store for anything. Just like you can use it over there on American Bubble Boy to get the My Go-To tape. 5% off, code Commonwealth. See how I threw that in there? Anyway, Kenneth bought this. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate the offer. Wanted to support you and your family. Thanks for being a wealth of information and helping to grow my store. Happy holidays. Look at that. Skinsman 2421. So I bet you, are you going to resell that? I gave you a deal on it. Look, you probably, I don't know if there's many of those out there. You probably could wait around and get 40, but I don't think you're making much money off of that. I think you're just keeping it. So thank you. I appreciate it and I hope you enjoy it. Not necessarily the time around here to sell this type of item, but in some places in the country, it still sells in the winter. That is some golf club head covers. And that is, there it is. I gotta find it right here. There's one of them, I think. I think there's two. And this sold for pretty decent money for 2 club head covers, $39.90. That is, if I can find it, of course. Kind of hard with one hand. Oh well. This one right here, and one more. I think that's right. So I'll have to go find the other one. I found the other one, and I had that number wrong. It wasn't $39, it was $33.90. Speaking of not finding stuff, I think we auctioned a few of Reagan's ornaments off for charity on Whatnot as well, and I think I sent the wrong ones. I must have. They all look so similar. I think I must have messed something up, but these aren't the exact ones that you got. So I'm going to send some extra stuff in there as well. I'll go pick out some other stuff and put it in there just in case I've messed something up. But we appreciate your generosity. To us, to St. Jude as well. This one's going to, I don't know, is it Kurt? Huge fan, Kevin. I watch all 3 of your channels. Well, thank you. Commonwealth Picker, Commonwealth Flipper, Garage Sale Nation, or probably Trash to Cash. Could you autograph one of the items? Sure. Reagan's not here. She can't autograph those, but I will throw in an extra and I'll sign something for you. He says he has Dave's and Carrie's already, so he wants the whole Trash to Cash crew. So we appreciate you very much, and hopefully you'll enjoy the extras I throw in. If you don't and you wanted those particular Reagan ornaments, I think that one's better personally, but you know, hey, then let me know and we'll make it right, but I think you'll be happy. Next one, I'm somewhat sad that it's sold because I told my wife she shouldn't have picked these up at Goodwill. They weren't the best buy in the world and I don't want to ship them. I also told them they probably wouldn't sell, and I think there was 3 or 4 gnomes, and she sold 2 of them so far, so she's making me eat my words. Maybe there's just 3. I think there's one more buried in there. Or maybe it's, yeah, there you go. See, there's a gnome right there. Maybe there is just 3. Any rate, she sold 2 of them. $1.99. Whoop. And they sold for, this one sold for $17. I think the other one did too. $17 plus shipping. I just saw this as I was shipping, so I'm going to put this earlier in the video. This one's going to James. Hey Kevin, really enjoy your content. It's interesting to see all the things you pick. Thanks for the gnome. My wife is going to love it. I'm ramping up my own eBay sales and would love to pick your brain. What's the easiest way to reach out? And I have a question. So commonwealthpicker@gmail.com. Although I can't keep up with all those emails, so IG, and I can't quite keep up with those, but one of those 2 is your best bet. So James, thank you. Or you know what? Leaving a comment in the video, if it's not a personal type question that you don't want to give away out there, is probably the best because I read almost all those comments. You might have just heard me trip over a box. We keep the stuff that we get in at the P.O. box that people send us, and we keep that back there. And a lot of times when it gets overcrowded, I know I need to open something up and say thank you to somebody. And this person, without even reading the message, which by the way was awesome, thank you for the kind words and the great memories and all that stuff. It is, let me see if I can shout you out real quick here. I saw it somewhere. There it is. My eBay, my Instagram, my eBay store is Bill Z Bear Memories. And I appreciate the message very much. And you can tell he goes way back in Commonwealth Picker Flipper videos because he referenced Cars 2, which is Turner's favorite. It is so bad compared to 1 and 3. But hey, and he also remembered that Turner used to rock the long socks all the time in here. And he is going to absolutely love that. And he says, next time I go into the hoarder house, I can wear these gloves. Bill, thank you so much. Next one I took an offer for, and you might remember this was that great t-shirt buy, that vintage t-shirt buy where we got NASCAR jackets and a whole ton of other stuff as well. It's still paying off for us. That was an amazing buy. This was in that lot right there. I thought I'd struggle to find this because I thought maybe it would be in here. We have some bagged up stuff, but I looked in here first because it's a flag or a banner, and I would put, how'd that get here? That's not good. Must have been filtering through that down there. I'm gonna have to show you this one, or I might just show you a picture of it. I'll just show you a picture of it right up here. Put it right there in the middle of the screen. Harry Grant and the skull banner. There's a little following for Harry Grant hats and stuff. And that, I took an offer for $35 plus shipping. All pure profit at this point. We made our money back way, way long time ago for those. All right, y'all, Turner's got some Commonwealth comedy, bud. What do you got?
What do you call Santa when... I'm sorry.
No, I can't remember it.
What do you call Santa when he stops moving?
What do you call Santa when he stops moving? I don't know.
Santa paws.
Santa paws. That's not that funny.
Sorry.
Thank you, buddy.
It's not that sorry.
I hear a cat out there, but I already have a cat in here. I guess Pepper. Oh, I forgot to show you this. He made reference to, he's like, this is a real Frankenbox. I think that's hilarious. So he sent that stuff in there. All right, let me see if I can remember these. I think we got a basketball one. We have like a Denver Broncos color one, which I don't see in here. Probably going to be in a different one. Because nobody's bought the weed one yet. There's an anatomy one though, that's for sure. All right, let's see. What else? Nobody's bought a money one yet either. Okay, Denver Broncos. That look like Denver Broncos to you, maybe? And I don't remember the other one. Golf? I think it's golf. Maybe we can find golf ones in here. Because we knock them all out at once. That looks more like, no, that is the same. No? Does that look like Denver Broncos? I put Denver in the title, not Broncos. I don't know. Let's see here. Golf. We gotta have one more golf. I think they're sold out, but there should be one more. It's got T's on it. I'm not gonna make you look forever. I'll put the camera down and there it is. Oh, there's two. They must have had another one, so I swear it said they're sold out. Maybe we had one sell today. I think we probably did. We've had 3 things sell since we've been in here doing this video. So I haven't looked to see what they are, but I see that they're popping up on my screen. I'm gonna have to double check on these 2 right here. But the sales prices, let's see, basketball one went for $12 plus shipping. They're all plus shipping. $12. Anatomy, $14. The Denver colors, $12. And the golf one, $13 plus shipping. All right, y'all, Reagan has a thank you. Just one today. I think we're down to 11 ornaments. Hey, Reagan. Pretty cool. All right, what do you got?
Mark got an ornament.
Mark got an ornament. I think that's the only thing today. So, Mark, thank you. We appreciate it. Remember, the local animal shelter's getting a little piece of all these, and Reagan gets a piece as well. So thank y'all very much.
Bye, and don't forget to get your sticker at commonwealthpicker.com.
All right, y'all, all you wizards of smart out there, you eBay gurus, give us the key to unlock the eBay algorithm down there in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. Is it going to be beneficial to do things like immediately ship your stuff out and not have them hanging on for a couple of days or a day? And does that hurt your search? I don't know. I have 2-day shipping, y'all. So these things were probably bought yesterday and a few of them the night before that. So that'll give you an idea of what I think about it. But, you know, hey, to each their own. Thank y'all for joining us as always. And I can't wait to see you next time.